It is the eve of Christmas, the actual day of Christmas, and beginning the second day of Christmas. I'm Lisa Dalton, and we are talking about discretion today as our virtue for the second of these 12 days and then some. And I am looking at this very sacred time when the veil between the invisible and the visible is thin, and we can be able to be inspired using our goblet concept to center ourselves, to ground ourselves, and to become receptors of communications from the highest independently existing world of beings. And this is a complete experiment, so please let me know whether this is working for you and any suggestions that you have. You know that this is inspired by Rudolf Steiner's work, and I am very happy to say, well, first of all, let's just look at today is Thursday, the 25th, falling on a Thursday, and Thursday is Thor's day or Jupiter, and the color is orange, and the sound is O, and it is an interesting kind of powerful orange vibration. So in Chekhov's world, we could think of this as imagine an atmosphere. Imagine you're wearing orange. How does wearing orange perhaps inspire you to move and walk? And in this year, as we reflect, maybe especially in November, working backwards, suppose you could reflect a little about when did you wear orange? Or maybe you only wore orange around Halloween. I don't know. But how do you feel when you wear that orange? And oh, how do you feel with a sense of oh for the world? This is Thursday. This is Jupiter. This is Jueves. And yes, so these are for the day. It's always so interesting because the day of the 25th falls on different days when you combine the day. How does that work when you combine it then with the things that are for this second day? Our virtue is discretion. So think about discretion. What does discretion mean? Well, in Chekhov terms, we're looking at a couple of things. For example, a sense, and in this case, perhaps it's a thinking sense, to sense whether or not to do something or to speak something. And discretion is really honoring the awareness of the other. We have an awareness of the other and what our action will do in relation to the other. Will we help them? Can we perhaps remain silent because our comment, our thoughts, and action we want to do, we may think, feel, want to do, but it may not allow them their freedom. It may not be a support to them. Even if it's true, it's not always your greatest gift in the world to speak everything that you know. So sometimes silence is the greater part of discretion, the valor, you could say, to be silent. It's an exciting thing. The archetype for this day is the archetype of the angel. And so we can imagine an imaginary body of an angel, and we could imagine that an angel would have the sense of discretion. An angel is a messenger, and we want to give messages that are helpful, that are love-based, love being what we addressed yesterday. If putting on the imaginary body of an angel and how would this angel behave now doesn't quite work for you, try an eagle. Oh, the eagle can soar, and it can soar high straight into the sun. How amazing is that? And it can look at a wide overview. This is very often we can attain discretion by taking a larger point of view, a view larger than our own personal little ego, but coming from a higher ego. And we can put on that sense of an eagle and fly over the thoughts, the course of actions, and the things that we want to share, and invite discretion to travel through us. The other part of this day is the sense of smell. And it's so interesting when people are manipulative. We talk about something smelly. We say things are smelly when we don't feel that they are truthful, when the behavior is indiscreet. It's smelly. Smell, very interesting sense. And can we notice how our sense of smell awakens us and how it affects our discretion? I don't know. The atmosphere overall is a red peach blossom. So I'll show you, or maybe I'll try to zoom in here if I can onto this, and you'll bear with me a little bit as I do this, coming into our zodiac sign, which is this going into, here we go, there. We're in Aquarius, and with Aquarius, we have this gesture of Aquarius, which is the element of water. So, so we're in this, we're in the quality of flying, like the eagle, and the Aquarius has the letter M. How there's a kind of to that. And so with this, our center is in our shins. And with all of that, we can start to imagine how can we, yesterday we were with Pisces, we were making an imprint on the earth with our foot. And as we move forward with the shins, how can we do so with discretion when we place that foot and move forward with an action, with a thought, with a speech? Can we do so? We say, when we're thinking, should we or should we not? That M comes through. As we're reflecting this year, let's look at your whole year. And now we're looking at the flying back process. Flying back in our cookie process. Where did discretion help me? Where could I have worked with discretion a little more strongly and found more solidity with it? Overall, how do I feel about the discretion that was shown to me and the discretion that I made? Now, there's another aspect of discretion, which is about decision making, your will. It is at your discretion to take this action or not. And so, what actions did you take? Think specifically about November, and then think and flying back overall, what did you like about the discretionary moves you made? What you held back, what you could have brought forward, and what would you do differently next time? What kind of growth would you invite? And what were your shining moments? Shining moments. And then to fly forward, how could you work with discretion coming into the future? Yeah. What could you do overall? What could you do specifically? It really works with in relationship with the other, but that other could be the lower self and the higher self. It could be with you and your angel. You could think of your angel as this star up here if you'd like to. You could also just imagine it's an amazing eagle. That's up to you. That's your discretion. Have a wonderful day.